Hello and welcome back to Seaside Garage. You join me in the XM. As you can see, it's right now outside of the garage because I'm doing some work inside on some other stuff that is very dirty, and therefore I wouldn't want this car in there. And I think it's time to do the last attempt to fix a big problem on this car, the keypad. As you may remember in a previous video, I found a way to bypass the keypad to start the engine up. The problem is you have to do that trick every time you start the engine up, and it takes between 1 minute and maybe 15 minutes. So it's a lot of work. Also, everything will be reset, so it's not a permanent solution in any kind of way. And right now I'm working on a lot of projects, and the ability to take the car in and out of the garage is very, very important for me because my little shop is very small. So today I'm gonna try to remove that keypad, take it apart and see if I can find any clues to what the code actually is. If not, then we are going to have to attempt to get a new keypad. I'm really not sure if it's, a lot of people are telling me that the code is stored in the ECU. I'm really not sure about that because it just seems to be different from the Santiers and the other Citroens using this system. But I haven't dug further into that. But if this was just a keypad, I just don't understand why there's so much electronic and so many wires going to it. Anyway, I'm going to try to remove the keypad. Now, in that previous video where I did that trick, I already took most of this apart because I wanted to remove the plug on the keypad with the engine running, because apparently that will disable the keypad system on most Citroens using this system, but just not on the XM. It will just cut out instantly when you remove that. So there's not a lot of wires that needs to be disconnected like that. This is the, I don't know how much you can see, but this is the connector for the keypad. Then there's loads of connections down here for all this special, all the equipment and stuff. So there's a lot of things going on this panel. I'm gonna take this one inside and try to take it apart. So maybe for the first time ever, we are not going to work inside of the garage. We are inside my house. What a wonderful view in the garden, by the way. At least I think so. Not all agree. This is the sea. I think there is 100 meters down there. And this is the workspace for now. So let's attempt to dismantle this. This is the keypad that we want to take out. Hopefully without destroying too much. Stuff like this can become very brittle over time. But in a way I don't have much to lose, to be honest. Especially not if the code is stored in this unit. I'm not sure about that just yet, but I have a feeling it is. Okay, that is kind of interesting. Just want to show you something. This piece of plastic is date stamped 98. This car is from 91. So I wonder if this problem has been there before. Maybe a previous owner bought the car without the code and changed the keypad. Because this car is from 91. There's no way that a 98 part ends up in this car without some kind of change. Now, yeah, that was pretty easy. Let me put this to the side. Next stop, let's see how. Because I have looked at the wear marks on this and I really cannot see anything too obvious about that. There are wear marks on some of them, but I think they are pretty much on all of them, maybe except number 3. So let's go further down. Whoop. Looks pretty complicated to just be a keypad, don't you think? I'm no electronic expert, but I think this thingy is storing more than just a keypad function. I got a good friend working with building robots, and I think he would be maybe not agreeing with the way I work with this, but at least he would be able to say something more clever about all this. There we go. There's even a little processor of some sort. And then the next bit needs a screwdriver to be disassembled. What I'm trying to achieve right now is to get to the back side of those buttons and then hopefully be able to see some wear marks that indicates which buttons has been pressed the most. Of course, that won't really work if the code has been changed a lot of times, because then we will have a lot of buttons and a crazy amount of combinations. But due to the fact that this part seems to have been changed with a 98 part, maybe someone changed it and most likely only put in one new code and stick with it. Torben, I presume, the previous owner of this car, maybe. I don't know. If so, and it's the same code that has been pressed, then we have a chance to actually see if we can find some witness marks on stuff. And hopefully this will work, because I think it could become a challenge to get another keypad, because these are rare cars. Okay, so there is rubber. So there's rubber on this one. It's not telling me much, but I think this one has been pushed. Let me show you. This one seems to have a round indentation there that could correspond with the back side of the buttons. So maybe that. And what is that? I guess that is number 1. I don't see the same wear on number 2. Maybe a little bit on number 3. See a bit of it on number 4. It's the same on 5 and 6, I think. Maybe on number 9 also. It's not really telling me a lot. I wonder if I can take this rubber piece off. Aha! It's a Jaeger. Okay, this is more interesting. Definitely see wear on number 1 right there, and not wear on number 2 and number 3. Those seems to be, it's the shininess I'm looking at. There's a lot of shininess on number 1, but not a lot on number 2 and number 3. There's shininess on number 4 and number 5, not on number 6 it must be. There's a bit of shininess on number 8, I'd say. And no, 7 and 8, and also on number 9. So that's a lot of numbers. At least it's less combinations now. What about the back side of this rubber? Oh yeah, that seems a bit more interesting also. I don't know how well this will pick up on camera, to be honest, but that one seems, this one seems completely without wear, without wear, without wear. Tiny amount of wear on that one. Wear on this one, wear on this one. No wear on this one. Wear on this one. Not on this, not on this, and not on this. Let me take another look. That means, if I'm correct, that number 1, number 4, and number 5 and 0 has been pressed a lot of times according to the wear on these on the back side of these. And I see no other wear marks on anything else than those 4 numbers. So that's the best clue right now. It's a lot better than the back side of this one, at least. Now let's find out how many combinations we will have from 4 digits. I don't think it's that much actually. 24 maybe? Now I'm just going to write down all possible combinations that I can think of using those 4 numbers and 4 digits. I don't think it's 0000 because it looks as though we have all 4 digits in use. So I'm just going to write down those. This will take a while. $24. So I'm going to go ahead and put everything back together and then start attempting. I got 3 attempts and then a logout for 1 minute, and then I can try some more. So it will take a while unless it's one of the first ones. It'll take a long time if it's none of them. But be back in the car. So let's get started. I got my list. Ignition on. Keypad showing a red light. Let's try 05 14. Nope. 01 45. Nope. 04 15. And now it's locked out for 1 minute. I could go ahead and take the positive terminal off and on, then it will reset, so I don't have to wait 1 minute. But I will do that, keep track of where I'm at, and then hopefully at some point the light turns green. Let's try 50, 40, nope. 51, 40.